Yo, you can either think of a master plan or get mastered by somebody else's plan. Check it. As a barber, one of the most important life lessons I learned is to never do anything without seeing the ending result first. Before I understood the value of seeing results, I used to waste a lot of time sometimes doing double work because I didn't have a vision of where I was going. Then I started taking consultations more serious by not even turning on my clippers until I had a clear understanding of the result my client was planning to see. And in turn, it became easier to achieve the style they wanted to see in half the time. Real talk, the most successful barbers and beauticians are the ones that see the ending results before they start any service. Write this down. Before making any moves, know where you're going. The blueprint of any goal is in a word called clairvoyance. When you break the word clairvoyance into parts, clair in French means clear, and voyance means vision. The vision in our mind is only a dream until we create a plan to achieve it. Think of the largest skyscraper you've ever seen. It began as a thought. That thought was then planned on paper called a blueprint. When you're serious about your goals, you'll write out a plan. Never follow plans from your head, always follow plans from paper. Write this down. The dullest pencil is better than the sharpest mind. Word up. The word sin is an archery term meaning to miss the mark. It also describes one of the greatest sins against achievement, not having a target. Any target you can't see is impossible to hit. Missing the mark is synonymous with failing to plan. So thinking of a master plan is the first step in changing your reality. In Proverbs 21:5 it says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit," which makes sense because the one activity that almost all successful people have in common is their focus to plan. What we consistently pay attention to becomes our destiny, and the lifeblood of any achievement is focus, because energy flows where attention goes. Just take a look around. There are many things that can take our attention away from coming up, that we have to stay on guard at the door of our senses to remain on the path. But mental control is available when we understand the natural law of mentalism. We live in a world that's engaged in many perceptions of reality that are under the power of one mind, the mind of God. The first principle that defines the one mind of God is the natural law of mentalism, which states that all creation exists in the mind of the all, and by a greater extension from the Most High, our lives exist in our minds. We are all co-creating our perceptions of the world and everything around us. Thoughts are electric. Basically, the reality of our world is how we perceive things to be. Thoughts give life to things, and thoughts become consequences. Don't sleep. If you want to change your reality, you first have to change the way you think. The human body is electric, which is why electricity is used to recharge the heart if it stops beating. Through understanding the natural law of mentalism, you'll find that the function of the brain is also electric. The mind sends sparks of electricity to whatever we think about and has the capacity to build as well as destroy any reality we choose. On the real, what you think is what you get. Like any state-of-the-art building has a floor plan, the foundation of any achievement has a goal plan. So thinking of a master plan begins with knowing what the heaven you want. You have to first think of the results you want to see, because a target you can see is always easier to hit. The act of planning is like entering an address of where you're going into a GPS system. The GPS system gives us step-by-step directions on how to arrive at our destination, including estimated arrival times, detours, and distance. This is the same detail we need to construct in our own plans of achievement. Write this down. Mapping out your goal destination is the fuel that drives success. Our purpose is defined when we ask ourselves why we're doing or deciding to do a certain thing. As translators of the Most High, we're here to understand why we make the decisions we make. To know and understand why is the spark of electricity that gives life to accomplishing what we desire. Thinking of a master plan is based on insight that leads to foresight. Understanding the high energy charge of the why is more important than the depleting low energy of the how. Word up. It was written, "In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." The Lord that determines all steps is consciousness, which is the only reality in the law of mentalism. What you think is what you get, and what you believe is what you'll continue to see. Perception is real, and writing things down is like a success contract for responsibility. And if you have a problem writing out what you want, write down what you don't want to create a better understanding of your purpose for the results you want to see. From this day on, never go to sleep without writing out your plans for the next day. Don't sleep. Get things out of your head and put them on paper so you can look at the map of your journey every single day. Because like I said before, the dullest pencil is better than the sharpest mind. Believe that. They can no longer keep it from us.